Hey YouTube! So this morning we want to talk about sex and sexuality and where the fine line comes between both of them. I think sometimes when people think about gay people, they think about our sex lives and sex in general, and they don't necessarily think of being gay as a sexuality. And there is a big difference. As you guys know, we also have a Gay Family Values Facebook page where I post a lot of pictures and topics that I want to talk about and engage people in. And I have never, in all the time I've ever posted on Facebook, gotten such a negative response to a picture as a little boy that his parents posted on their Facebook page and I shared. And I want to show you the picture real quick and what it said. My son openly admits to being gay. He's 7. His self-confidence is my biggest achievement, and I will hurt anyone that kills his spirit. Now, this picture on our Facebook page got something like 5,000 shares and something like a ridiculous amount of comments, almost 20,000 comments on that picture. And the amount of the conversation and debate back and forth between people was amazing to me. So many people look at this little boy as being abused by his parents who are actually heterosexual because they are basically talking about him being gay. And people, to a lot of people, being gay means sex. But you know what? When you're 7 years old, sexuality has nothing to do with sex.
So what you're saying is that they're trying to sexualize this kid in a sense.
Well, his declaration that he's gay and proud to be gay at 7 years old is a sexual topic or conversation
to the people who are responding negatively.
Yeah, negatively. Yeah. Even gay people say that, this kid is too young to really know what his sexuality is. And, I actually, around 7 or 8 years old, knew that I was gay. I didn't, like this young man, have the confidence or the ability to put it into terms of gay, straight, heterosexual, homosexual, but I had attractions, and I knew pretty young that I was more interested in boys than I was in girls. Now, at that time, I didn't know it was wrong. I didn't know it was bad or perceived as bad by society, and it was what it was. I didn't really know till I hit puberty, what that meant and why I was different. So I think it's very important that today that young people have so much more self-awareness because of society and the internet and parents talking about these issues, that sexuality comes up earlier. That does not mean this little boy is being used as a sex object or, being referred to in a sexual way by talking about his sexuality. So I think it comes down to, as parents, your job is to support your kids no matter what. We've always talked to Daniel and Selena in generic terms. When it comes to their sexuality, we've never said you're going to grow up and marry a girl or a boy or you should be this way or that way. Because truthfully, it comes down to we just want our kids to be happy. We don't care who they love. That being said, Daniel's already declared one day when I was being generic, I'm straight, Dad. He declared his heterosexuality, and now we refer to his future wife or his future, we now use more specific terms because Daniel has, claimed his sexuality.
When both of us made our coming out videos, and I made mine talking about when I come out in my 20s, and I can't even tell you how many comments I got in that video saying, well, I knew when I was 7, I knew when I was 5, I knew when I was 3. So people don't think that kids have an awareness of something in them that might be different, even if they don't know what word to put on it. But they do, because those people talk to me all the time. And on a side note with that is a friend that Selena has at school. She has
a boyfriend.
A boy,
which freaks me out. I was hearing this kid his name every day at this table. And I'm like, why is she boy crazy at 9? How is this possible?
Yeah, so, we were starting to get a little bit concerned because Selena does get her crushes on boys at school. And I was kind of hinting around trying to figure out if that's what this is, if this was another crush. Until one day I just point blank asked her, and she went, ew, Dad, no. But, I'm thinking, okay, well, here's this boy who's really trying to get in cozy with the girls at school and getting locked into the friend zone. What's up with this kid? So we went to school and kind of checked it out, and, we got to say both of us kind of picked up the vibe a little bit.
Yeah.
Not making any accusations.
Yeah, but, this kid, from two gay men's perspective, he seems like he possibly could be gay. And that's just because of the way that he carries himself, the way that he acts around the girls, the way that he plays. Both me and Brian looked at each other and went, whew, dodge that bullet. And that's just a parental perspective. He may not grow up to be gay. Both of our gaydars shot through the roof and going, okay, we're cool with this. Selena they could be best friends for life.
And it would make a certain amount of sense that a girl who has 2 fathers would gravitate to the kid in her class who might be.
Yeah.
You know, so...
So if he does turn out to be gay someday, I mean, if he is gay and he becomes comfortable with his sexuality, we really encourage Selena to have a best friend.
And yeah, I hope she'll be the person to kind of help him come to terms with that. I think that would be awesome. But, you know, sometimes you do have a really good sense of what your sexuality is at a young age.
I agree.
Sometimes you don't figure it out for a while, and everybody's different. And to get this level of anger back for this picture,
there's a lot of anger,
just shows that I don't think people understand how young people do really start to come to terms with themselves.
Okay, so to wrap this video up, sexuality does not mean sex. You can be gay or straight, you can know your identity pretty young. It does not mean you're thinking sexual thoughts or you're acting out sexually. They're two different things. I mean, your sexuality is something you're born with, sex is something you act on. So as we know, there are lots of people who abstain from sex because they don't necessarily agree with their own homosexuality. They're still gay people. So, you know, your sexuality doesn't change. Your sex, whether you partake in sex, does. And we would really love to know from you guys at what age, I'm saying probably around 7 or 8, I knew I was gay. You?
I was not even until I was... Okay.
Don't make it a drama story. Let's just please tell the age you perceived it.
About 20, 21.
No, younger than that. But let's say 18, 19, he knew. He had some issues, okay? So you guys out there in the world, how old were you when you knew you were either straight or you were gay? We want to know.
And I would like to ask a second question, and that is, do you believe the public in general links gay people with sex automatically?
Duh. Okay, until next time, you two. Bye.
And I believe that our love found its way through the current as the waves crash down.